Hey, what's the deal?
All right, we're live. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? I don't see that we're live, but we are live. This is Coach Ray with the Brownsville Royal Knights. This is the Chess Show, and with me is
hmm
Andrew. How's it going, Andrew? You doing all right?
Oh, beautiful. I love the cold and I love the wind. It's
I know,
fantastic.
man. You look like you're in Hawaii or something like that. Well, now I saw the fence. Well, there could be a fence like that in Hawaii, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
sky
palm
looks
trees
really
everywhere.
cool and all of that. So hey, it looks
I
awesome.
treat you to a background equivalent to yours? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wow. So guys, yeah, it's time for look. I hadn't even put my bottom banner.
Puzzle time.
It's puzzle times. You know why? Because puzzles increase your chess strength, and that sure is it is true. It's true. You get stronger when you play chess, right? So definitely, you know, let's start doing some puzzles. Hey, let's see who's here. Any comments yet? No, I don't know. I'm expecting some of these guys. Dave might show up for a little bit. If not, we'll send the link somewhere else. So let's look at this. Let me share.
It shows you're live though,
And
correct? For you?
yeah, I'm live. I'm live. I
Okay,
see it
okay.
already. We're
All right,
live
good.
on YouTube under the Talk Show Central RTV style channel, and we're under live on the Brownsville Royal Knights, and also on the my own page, and anybody else that's sharing it out there. So let's look at this here. Uh, so here we go. So we got this. Let me take the banner out and boop. And here we go. We got black to move and win in this situation. What do you see here? What do we got? What do you think?
Hmm.
What do you see? All right, cool. Yep, we're left on that one. And we'll laugh on this one. So cool. White to move. Hey, we got a comment here already. Hey, Rene, how's it going, Rene? This is the test show. How's it going? And there's Hector. Good evening, Coach Ray, host. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Let's see what we got.
okay. Remove the defender, right? That's where
Remove
we're
the
at.
defender. Yeah, remove the defender is
So
always a good thing.
if we take away the knight on what is it, F3, right?
Uh huh.
If you take away the knight on F3, oh no, wait, is it? No, it still is. Oh no, it's still defended.
It's still defended,
Okay,
but think about it. Think
okay,
about
we
it.
need to
You're
get
on
rid
the
of the
right
knight on
track. You're on the right
F3.
track.
Yeah.
You are on the right track. You are on the right track. Let me give you a suggestion here. The idea is again the power of the pin. The power of the pin. And sometimes you have to create a pin. Sometimes the pin's not even there. So you got to create it. Or you got to move pieces into position. You know, some of it might be there, but maybe it's not. But maybe something's not. Maybe some cases the pinner's already there. Some cases the pinner's not
Oh,
there. Some cases the pin piece is not even there, and then some cases the pin piece is there, but the treasure's not. But then maybe we need to put the treasure in place. With all due respect, coach, give me a spanking. Yeah, we'll see, Hector. We'll see. We need to play one of these days, guy. So, what do you think here? Yeah, and always remember the job of the pieces. What is the job of the pieces? Well, I have the long range piece. I have a rooks,
mhm.
and they're just too far, right? The rooks are just too far. And then you got a queen. A queen's in the area. And then, of course, you got your knights. What is the job of the knight? And Alan is here. Alan Cantor says the knight
We need a good.
here in
Mhm.
there. But what happens if the knight captures the knight, sir? What do we get? Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, what happens now? You can't capture here because the knight's protecting.
See,
What's the
that's what I
follow up?
was thinking,
What's
and
the
then thought
follow up with
not
that
to.
one, Alan?
Yeah.
It's like, but you know what? The knight to h4 is a possibility. It's just you gotta put him in the right place. Think about it. Now, what is a good attack? Control the squares around the king, right? Uh, use your long range pieces. What color is the king at? Sometimes there's a sacrifice to expose the king to another tech,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Or
thinking, I
sometimes the
mean,
sacrifice is to bring pieces in the right squares to the right positions.
it's got to be like knight h3, right? To check. You start with a good
Well,
check, right?
well, the knight.
That's one of the things.
Well, that could be one of them too. Yeah.
Yeah, but at some point, right? It's just,
Maybe at some point. I mean, think of it. Think of every square that the knights can go, guys. Whenever there's knights out there and within the position of getting into the situation into the whatever plan you have, look at every single square your pieces can possibly land on, capture. Even if it's a bad square, you want to consider it because there's always the possibilities of a sacrifice. Think of what happens after the position. Like if you sacrifice, what's the position going to be like afterwards? Does that make sense? Yeah, Alan's got it. Alan's got it. Here we go, Alan. So Alan says sacrifice the knight, right? The king doesn't need to capture, but you just got a free piece and the knight can run away. But if the knight captures, then Alan says, here we go. And this creates a double attack on the knight. The king is in check, right? The king is in check, so he's got to pull away. So let's say the king moves here, or he moves here, then of course we still have this, and we're still attacking. If he goes here, then we have here, and he's got to move here, and then the knight can go maybe there, or maybe even capture, or do something else, or maybe even I don't know, even double check, right? And of course maybe we can play around with this. We can play around with the knight, the queen coming here. Of course, he's going to capture. You have check, and no, so maybe even push pawn, and then we're threatening mate. Something like that, or we could just maybe go here and check, and maybe he moves here, or if he can't block, maybe he blocks here, and then of course we capture, and whoever captures, and we won. We're winning. We're winning the material. Does that make sense? Good
yeah.
job. Good job, Alan. See, Alan knows. Alan knows. Again, let's look at this position. Alan says sacrifice the knight, right? The king captures, check, and a fork, right? King moves wherever. Check, king moves. Maybe we have that. And of course, he moves out of the way. And
Hmm.
there we go. Maybe queen captures, and we're still doing okay, right? It would probably be this one. And because you want to control the file, you want to fight for the file. Yeah. Good job.
Nice.
Right? Right? Pretty cool. All right. Cool deal. All right. So what do we got here?
Hmm.
White to move. This one is a checkmate. Again, remember the grandmaster moves. There's a good check. It's got to be a good check though. The grandmaster move number 2, attack the queen. Grandmaster move number 3, attack any unprotected piece. Grandmaster move number 4, create a pin. And Grandmaster move number 5, little pawn attacks big piece. And the final Grandmaster move is uh, create a pass pawn. So let's see what you see in this puzzle. I will say this: this is a checkmate in 3. Checkmate in 3 again. Our puzzles are courtesy of Premier Chess out of New York. Evan, how's it going, Evan? So yeah. So what do you think here, man? What do you think the move is?
You said a good check and emphasized a good check,
Yeah,
So,
well,
obviously you're suspecting like a pawn push, right? But then you said a good check, right? That's not really like then what
well,
is that going to
a little
do?
pawn could be a
I mean,
good check. It just depends, right? And remember, there's always a sacrifice. There's always a sacrifice to open lines of attack or to put the king in a position where you're gonna start hunting the king, checkmate, that kind of deal. The checkmates, I mean, the sacrifices come in. You're giving up material, but you're getting in return position,
yeah.
more material, or tempo. Sometimes it's a sacrifice for tempo. Gain time.
Um,
You know, what do you think, man? What do you
do we like
think?
a pawn push?
What's the follow up?
Well, depending on where the king goes,
What would
right?
be the follow up?
If the
What do you think the follow up would be? Huh? What do you think?
well, queen's under attack, right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see. Okay, so queen check on G6,
All
right?
right. All right.
Sacrificing the queen to the knight, opening up the rook file,
Uh-huh.
and then being able to slide the rook and check the king, and then use the bishop and knight together to trap the king
All right.
and the pawn.
All right. And so what's the what moves are we talking about? That all
So
sounds good.
queen G6
And
check,
then what
knight
happens?
takes
And
the
then
the knight takes the queen,
and then
and then the rook checks the king.
and then what happens? The knight captures the rook. Visualize it. Visualize it. Guys, you got to learn to visualize. Deeper you can visualize the line, the stronger you will play in a tournament. Because remember, you can't move the pieces in the tournament. So you got to do it all in your head. You got to visualize the moves. And you're there. I will say that you're there, Andrew. You just got to open up your mind a little bit more. Visualize it. Close your eyes and see it in your brain. Say it in your mind and see the pieces move. Do one of these queen gambits deal.
The knight on G6 blocks the king, right? And then the bishop blocks the king,
Oh yeah.
right?
Okay, I will say this: this knight is controlling these two squares. This bishop is controlling these line, and the little pawn is controlling here. Right, so the king
Yeah.
can't move. The king is completely trapped in a sense, right? But you got to make it happen. And we're talking about the queen moves there, and the knight goes there, and then the rook goes here, and then the knight that's here captures here. That's what we're talking about. So what's the next move? Yeah, I
Oh,
want you
yeah,
to
you're right.
visualize it because I know you will see it like this if I set up the position, but you gotta see it up here. You know, that's the next level of playing to. If you guys want to reach 1600, 1800, those type of ratings, you got to be able to, see this stuff. Uh, I mean, this is why not everybody can play a blindfolded game. Oh, look, it's here, Mister. Oh, Alan. Alan, you want to come in? I sent you the link. Alan says G4, but G4 is just basically here, right? Basically there, and
Bishop check, right? He would probably go, or no? Or
yeah,
knight? No,
knight
knight would get
check.
taken.
Knight
I mean,
check
the
is
queen can
queen
take the knight.
takes. Yeah, here maybe, again, we go back to here, that kind of deal, or even then, I think even then here, we could just go. I mean, what is the move? Oh, even from the check, we can hide here, and then what do we got? Oh no, we can go here. No, so no, you're right. You're right. Alan, on this one, we have to go there. I mean, you can go here. You have this check. You have that check. Um, but that's not it, Alan. That's not it. Oh, okay. After the queen sack. Okay. Yeah, Alan is correct. Alan is correct. Alan says no, G4 after the queen sack. Yeah, he got it. He got it. And Andrew, you got most of it. Look at that. Andrew said queen sack at G6, which is correct. Queen sack, a diva sack. The king cannot go anywhere. Everywhere he goes, the king is in trouble. So the knight must capture. That opens up the rank for the rook to travel all across. It's protected by the little pawn. Again, the king cannot go anywhere. The king cannot move. He's completely trapped.
Oh,
So the
the
knight
knight
must
protects the
capture.
pawn.
Now, the knight becomes a blocker. The knight becomes a blocker. The knight is in the way of the king, blocks the escape. And so now Alan says, push the little pawn, and then we have Bishop control, knight control, and the check here. The knight is controlling, protecting the pawn, controlling g6, and the bishop here is attacking the whole line over here. And so we have a checkmate in tres. We have a checkmate in three.
Yeah,
Does
that
that
was a
make
good one.
sense? That was a good one, right? But
Yeah.
you know, again, this move throws you off. This is the move that throws you off.
Right?
Hey, Alan, how's it going?
You know,
That's the
again,
move.
this
Turn,
move throws
turn,
you off.
Alan, turn off your
Throws you
stuff
off.
and
Hey, Alan, how's it going? That's the move. This move throws you off. Alan, turn off your stuff and hey, Alan,
mute your stuff, Alan.
throws you off. Alan, turn off your stuff.
You got it? All right, cool. Yeah, and so the queen to g6 is what throws us off because no one wants to lose the queen. No one wants to lose the queen. Does that make sense? Nobody wants to lose the queen.
Yeah.
And so this is why, why the queen sacrifice is so crucial, so important to understand why you're doing it. So in this case, we're doing it to open up a line for another piece to come in. Does that make sense? For another piece to come in. All right, so great. Good job, Alan, on that one. And actually, Andrew, you got it halfway there. You're just missing the final checkmate.
Yeah, I deserve another spanking, I guess.
No, you did good. Actually, these are the hardest moves to make right here. These are the hardest moves to make, but you didn't see this one. This is the easy.
Yeah,
the G4 is easy. Had you seen the position, you would have gone G4. Like,
yeah,
not even thinking about it. But it's just the visual. The visual limit, it was limited to that. All right, let's look at the next one. Let's see what we got here. All right, Eric, how are you doing, Alan? So this one is a win. There is a checkmate like in 20 moves or something like that. but the main idea here is to create a win. White to move. How does white create a win? Hey, we got a test doggy. Oh man, what's his rating?
She rates 2,000 in treats.
Man, I better watch out, man.
Yeah.
I bet she can. Maybe that's why Dave didn't show up because he's afraid of player.
Yeah, it's snacks. That's for sure.
All right, so what do we got here? We got white to move. White to move and win. What do we see? Oh, man. All right, so what do you see? White to move and win here. White to move and win. Oops, run mouse. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh man. It's a round royal not Pete. But oh cool. All righty. So what do you think here? Any ideas? Again, let me repeat the attack. Look at your long range pieces. Where are they aiming? Always look at your king, the squares around the king, and controlling the color of the squares around the king. Look at the color that the king's at, right? He's in a white square. You don't have a white bishop, all right? Consider a mate in one attack. A mate in one attack is when you create a position where if he doesn't take care of it, he's going to get checkmate on the next move, right? Now, look for 2-to-1s. Look for 2-to-1s.
I got it backwards.
Pieces. Always look at the unprotected pieces. Sometimes there are pieces on the board that are doing two jobs. Like, for instance, in this case, the queen is doing two jobs. She's protecting the bishop on b7 and she's protecting the bishop on e7. She's protecting two pieces. It's hard for one piece to protect two pieces because she or whatever piece is going to be forced to go in one direction and leave one unprotected at some point, so maybe that's where that's where the weak position may lie. So what do you see?
Well, from what you're saying about the bishop, I mean, I would see like the light square bishop drop back and pin the rook to the queen, if anything. So I wouldn't want that to happen, right?
Right. Okay.
So because if you're gonna try to attack the queen and take the dark squared bishop or black dark squared bishop with the rook, because the queen's overloaded protecting, right?
Right,
So
right.
if you're going to threaten mate in 1, have him push G6 or something, right?
Uh-huh.
So they don't, right? And then you drop the rook down with or you can force a queen trade. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Force a queen trade and then take one of the bishops or something like that.
Maybe
That could be.
you're thinking about it again. You did. I liked what you said about the mate in 1 attack, and and then again, just because you're attacking in one direction doesn't mean you're not attacking in a different direction. Does that make sense? So think of it. I really in the answer to the first move to this puzzle is to create a fork, but it's a fork. Remember, my definition of a fork is one piece attacking 2 or more pieces, pawn or square. Sometimes it's more important to attack a square than even the queen. Does
You
that
need
make?
to distract the pieces.
Yeah.
And I
He
think
needs distracting.
Andrew was beating around the bush there, but I think he was
Yeah, he's
getting
got the
right
right
answer.
idea. You just got to put it in the right deal, right, Alan? All right. So
what
what's the move?
about queen? What about queen G4?
That's the move. That's the move. That's a mate in 1 attack. We got the bishop there, and this would be mate in 1, right?
Sorry, I don't want to just suggest a move like right off the bat. Sometimes, but yeah.
Well,
Go
no,
ahead.
but you got to consider it, right? It's got to be part of one of your 3 candidate moves. Every time you go to play, you got to
What's the
consider.
next threat after black defends?
I know, but every time you make a move, you got to consider the candidate move, and then what's that candidate move going to do 3 moves away? Okay, I don't like what happens there. Go to the next candidate move. What's it going to do after that, and then so on. So Alan says, okay, what's the follow-up after that? Okay, let's look at 2 variations. Okay, let's look at the pawn push, most common push. Or let's go to a no. What happens if the bishop blocks? What's the best move? Is that a mistake or is that an okay?
That's a mistake.
Yes.
Wait, yeah, that's a mistake.
Why is it a mistake?
Because of the pin.
Yeah.
Because the queen created a pin. So the queen created a mate in 1 attack, plus created a pin, plus created a fork. I'll explain the fork in a little bit. So obviously bishop goes here, and then he's got to go here, and king is going to be devastated in a couple of moves, right? So definitely this is the move. Now this guy goes here. What is the next move for white?
Go ahead, Alan.
No, I know what it is. You can try it, but
Alan knows. He says
you have
Alan's
the right
going to push.
idea.
Okay,
Alan's going to push the
queen.
Double attack.
I mean, okay, it's mate in 1 attack. Okay.
Now the mate in 1 attack is over, right? Now what's next?
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like we have the initiative, right? So
think of Coach Ray's hints earlier.
Yeah, and what is the job of the pieces? Look at your pieces. What is their jobs?
I can win a bishop and be up a piece. I feel like, there may be more here, so you might want to fight for more.
All right.
So you can do like queen h3, right? You can threaten to
queen h3. Okay, let's go. Queen h3.
Right, the dark square bishop can't get there.
Maybe here.
The rook has to come out.
Well, no. I mean, we can even go here, I guess, or.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Too slow then.
We can even push the pawn.
Well, no,
I mean, you can even win. You can even win, but there's better. There's a better move.
Okay.
Remember, just because you're attacking the king for mate doesn't mean it's an attack on the king. Remember, sometimes there's a decoy attack. In other words, there's an attack that happens, makes the player think you're attacking, but then you attack somewhere else. Remember, think of chess. Sometimes you got to think of chess as a game of tennis. Vanessa Williams, she'll hit the ball to one side and then she'll hit the ball to the other one, then hit it the other way, and then she makes the player go
Venus,
boom, 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 yeah, right, Venus, right, and so that's the deal. Chess is like tennis. You gotta attack on both corners. You gotta attack all over the board. And so,
All right. What
that kind of
can
deal.
let me suggest the move that I was thinking about. All right. So queen D7. How about that?
Well, why do what queen is stronger? Your queen or the white queen or the
Right.
black queen?
Okay. Got it. All right. We're not going to do that then. Never mind.
Well, think
All right.
about it.
Fair
No,
enough.
no, no. You got the right idea.
I can win a bishop.
And
I
how
can
else
win a
can you win
bishop.
the bishop?
Okay. Fair enough. Well, are we going to bring the knight into the
Well, the
game?
knight can
Or?
come in, but who can? Cool. I mean, where's the queen attacking? You said the queen's attacking here on D7, right?
Yeah.
And it's protected by the rook, right? So this is where the
Yep.
fort comes in, guys. This is where the fort comes in. The queen is attacking G7 and the queen is attacking D7. That's a fort. You're attacking an important square and you're attacking, of course, the mate, right? So obviously when he goes here, what is the move, Alan? Give him the move.
Instead of bringing the queen down, bring the rook down.
Yes. Remember I said the job of the pieces. What is the job of the rook?
Oh.
To get to the 7th rank, because now he's attacking in this direction.
Sorry.
Right now,
I kind of wanted to kill all hope.
yeah. You gotta be patient.
I wanted to kill all the play.
You gotta be patient. Now, let's say the queen goes here. Do you get the free rook? I mean, do you get the free bishop?
Yeah. You're
Sure.
right.
Do you get?
No,
Oh no, you're pinned. Oh my bad. Yeah.
So what is the follow-up?
Sorry, I thought
Because
you were being nice.
let me show you guys. If you capture here, this guy captures your queen. That makes sense. So that doesn't work. So what is
you
the
get 2
move now?
bishops for the price of a queen. Not good.
Yeah. They better be organic bishops or something.
They're at least worth 4. They better be worth 4.
They gotta be magical like the 10 magic beans that from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. They better give us something good.
They better give some a good return. So what do you think is the follow-up here? Remember, use all your pieces.
Andrew, you said it before.
Yeah.
Oh, fork the queen and the rook. Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
The knight finally. Yes.
Boom.
Lovely.
And also protects and also can go
now the
into the
queen
middle,
can
right?
leave.
To go there, right? So the queen, let's say this guy comes here. Or let's say he goes there. Or let's say he moves here because he wants to attack right here. So what is the move now?
I would take the rook. I would take the rook.
You would take the rook?
I would take the rook and the bishop.
Think about it. This is tricky.
You could take the rook or the bishop.
Yeah, you have 2 moves. You could take the rook or you could take the bishop. Which one's the free one?
Oh, the bishop, I guess, the first.
Yeah, the bishop's a move, right? Take the freebie, right? And the rook, the rook has to move. Let's say the rook moves here, right?
And now you have another fork.
And think of
yeah, you're right.
So what's the move now?
Yeah, safer than I thought.
Boom, and now let's say that this guy moves here. What's the move now? He is totally destroyed.
Oh, check the king, take the queen.
Yeah, check the king. He moves here. What's the move?
Oh, can you check the king again with the pinned pawn, or is that even necessary?
You can even go here, right? Discover.
Yeah.
Right, you can discover it, check, or you can leave it there and do.
Yeah.
What about capturing the queen?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to do that originally. Okay.
Right, we can capture the queen.
Don't come here with this.
Now, if he takes here, guess what? You get a rook, right? So he's got to tick with this guy. So now, what's the move here?
Oh, revealed check. Lovely, right?
What square?
Move the knight to. Oh, you could double check too.
We can double check here, or we can double check here, or we can.
But he's probably just going to move up, right? Else. So there's no reason to. Yeah, he's probably just going to move up, or I mean, he's probably going to move to what, H6 or something like that.
Right. And then what happens?
And then, I mean, you can check him again if you'd like to.
Are you winning or losing here?
Oh, we're definitely winning.
So when you're winning, what are you supposed to do?
Trade.
So what's the best way to trade pieces here?
Oh, Rook. Yeah, rook down. Oh no, take the. Well, first of all, they're disconnected. We got to connect the rooks if we're gonna trade rooks, right?
Right.
Or
So what do you think? We know we have the check. So do we save the check or what do you think? Alan took off.
oh,
Because
you
we
can.
have this reveal, we have the discovery, right? So we
Are
can
you
either
thinking
use it.
about putting like knight e8 or something like
Well,
that?
if we go
Like put
98, what happens after
double
this
check.
move? What
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't.
if we go here, what
You
happens
could.
after this?
Nah, yeah, not good, not good. No, yeah, not good.
Is it? Think about it.
Oh, you could put the bishop right on top of the. Yeah.
Yeah, but you lose the rook.
No. You could put the bishop on. Yeah, right there. Boom, protected by
But
the
you lose
knight.
the knight.
Yeah, you do lose the knight. Yeah, not good.
Think about it. Think about it here. You have a knight. What do knights do?
They like forks.
They create forks, right? They like forks.
Create forks.
So
yeah.
what's the deal with that?
You could threaten his rook while he threatens yours with the king, right?
Yeah, where can this knight go? I
It
wonder
can
if it
drop
works.
to.
Yeah, you can
D6.
go here, right? And
Yeah,
then you're
exactly.
attacking here and here, right? So what happens if you go here?
Oh, you manufacture a fork.
Right? Because
That's
if he
good.
goes here, you go there. So if he goes
Yeah.
here, then you go there, and one of the rooks is down. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
now
matter
you're
where
just
he
up
moves. He
two
might move
pieces.
here, and then you go there, and you got. Are you winning?
Yeah, yes.
All right. Weak pawn. 3 strong pawns. You know, you just got to push a pawn in or move the pawn and move the king up, and you're okay. You're in a good end game, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah. So create a mate in 1 attack, right? Create a
Yep.
mate in 1. He moves here. Bring the rook to the 7th rank. Maybe he doesn't let you go here. Create a fork. Queen will go wherever. Maybe queen goes here. Capture the free piece.
Free
right?
piece. Yeah.
The rook maybe moves away. Create another fork. Boom, he moves here. And discover check. And he's got to go somewhere. Maybe he goes to the corner. Well, actually, here we even have this. I think we even have this.
Yep.
And he's got to go there. Right? And then what do we got? We got this. Oh,
Yep.
my God. Look at this. And then we got this. And then he's got this. And then we got that. Look at that. All that stuff that can happen because you understand the knight. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
here. Now, what happens if he goes F6? What is your move if variation, next variation, if he goes F6 instead? What is the move?
I mean, would you still continue the
Yeah, why not, right?
right? I mean, I don't.
Right?
Some stuff
Now,
has changed.
if he
but
goes
not
there,
much.
what's the move here?
The fork, right? The same fork with the knight. Yeah.
Or? Yeah, look at everything.
Oh.
Number 1 Grandmaster move. What
Little
color's the
pawn.
king on?
Oh, light squares. Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Like Alan says, get as close as you can, right, to the king with the pick.
Right?
So
And then what's the move? Boom. And now checkmate. So he's got to protect, right? He's got to protect that square.
That's good.
And what's the move here?
Yes, the bishop.
I got the bishop, right?
Yeah.
Because if he captures, we got checkmate here.
Yeah.
And he's got to go there. Right? And so what do? We can capture. Oh, we can capture. Right? Or what else can we do? We can move we can capture it over here as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if
just
we
wait.
want to.
Yeah,
If
throw the
queen
ball back
takes
in their court.
if queen takes queen, we just take with the bishop.
Yep.
Now, if he pins us here, well, we can
Pins
take
what,
with this
where?
one,
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right?
there you go.
And again, we're winning. We're winning like crazy. Does that make sense?
That feels a lot better, yeah.
4 pieces to 2, yeah, every day of the week, Wow. So yeah, and that you got. But the thing is, you got to be see what the pieces like to do. The rook likes to get to the 7th rank. Once the rook gets to the
Of
7th rank,
course.
devastation happens. And of course, you want to make sure you look at the squares that are the pieces that are aiming at the king for the idea of simple. Even if it's a simple attack, it's not going to get a checkmate, but it gets your queen to a better position. And the deal was that he was aiming at this. This was the key
Yeah.
square right here. Cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
All
I just had a
right.
worse version of that. That's all.
Oh no, you were there. You were there. Okay, let's look at this one. White to move. I guess Alan had to make a call or something.
That's fine.
Yeah. So okay, what's going on here? White to move. This one's a checkmate as well.
Ooh.
This one's a checkmate. Checkmate in 3, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's checkmate in 3 or 4. Checkmate in 3 or 4. I forget.
Wow. Okay.
Think about it. Huh? Anything?
I mean, like you could do the queen sacrifice and get them on the light square to free up the knight to take, but I don't see. You could take the queen with the rook afterwards after the check. I'm just not sure how to put them together there. I'm just not seeing like a finisher
All right.
yet through it. So like queen sack,
All right. Let's go queen sack check.
get him on the
The
light
king can't go
square.
there. The king can't go there. He's got to go here. What's the move? Look
Mhm.
at all your.
You
Look at
free up the
all your.
knight.
The knight's there.
Oh, the rook.
Knight,
Oh, the rook. Yes, the rook. Just
the
slide it.
rook
Yeah,
check,
please,
and
God.
he can't
Yeah.
go here. He can't go there. And he can't go here. He's got to move here. What is the move now?
You can check.
Pro stack sunglasses. Yeah.
You can check
where?
with the rook.
Yeah,
Check with the
check
rook
with the
on.
rook.
Yeah.
Oops, no, not there. Check with the rook, and we have a mate. The knight is protecting the rook. The knight is controlling this square.
Yeah.
The rook is controlling that square, and he is
Yeah.
controlling that square. And the bishop is
Protects the
protecting
knight.
the knight. And
Yeah.
so we have, what do we call this?
A
The rook and knight checkmate, right?
Oh.
But normally we have a pawn right here. Normally we have a pawn here protecting the knight. But in this case, instead of the pawn protecting, it's the bishop protecting the knight. But it's the same pattern.
Yeah.
Same pattern. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's see. What else do we have here? We don't have any more puzzles. Nah, man, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. Who else is here? Let's see. No. Hey, we got some people missing today. Hey, but Renee came in. Hector came in. They're new to the show. And Alan, I guess Alan was gonna do something. I was gonna ask Alan to do some stuff for us right now, but I guess not. He's busy. Yeah, he probably got a call, and that's why. Well, cool, man.
That's all right.
You want to go? What do you want to do with the next 15 minutes here? You want to go over a game, or you want to go over an
sure.
opening, or what do you want? What do you feel like doing?
Let's go. Let's do like some Catalan stuff, huh?
All right, cool.
You
Let
want
me pull in my Bible so we can get the right. Where is it? Catalan. Oh man, I don't remember that opening too well. I think I do. Hold on. That's not actually that opening is from the double king pawn opening, am I right? No, no. That's
The
not. No, hold on. That's in the. Hold on. Where is it?
D4 C4, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Where is it? 509. All right. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. This is from the Indian openings because it's actually it's the first chapter when it comes to the on the MCO. It's actually the fifth chapter, but it's the very first sub chapter, Caroline opening, and it starts the introduction of it is D4, knight to F6, right? And then we have the C4, and these two pawns are controlling the center. Remember, two pawns together control four squares. And of course, E6 is played, and then we come back with G6. And that is the starting formation to the Catalan, right?
Mm.
And so let's look at some lines here. All right. So let's look at some lines when it comes to this. So, oops, hold on. Let me just start. Here we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is an opening for white. Let's do the opening variation. Let me just give you the how many variations there are. There are exactly 40, 48 variations of this opening. Uh,
Sounds
with
manageable.
let's see, A through N on one on the classical variation. Those are sub variations. There's
Mm.
A through Q on the close variation, and again A through Q are sub variations. Others in the early alternatives, there's a letter A to M on the sub variations of that particular line, and on the open variation, there's A to R variations. So, and also another variation of the open variation is another A through U, the open variation. Plus, they have
Mm.
the first main line, which is A through Q, and the sub variation.
Wow.
And actually, the first main line is 12 variations with this other section that goes A through S. So there's a lot of material to cover. Let's just look at the open variation to begin with. All right, so we go to D4, right? D4, F6, C4, controlling the center, and this is Indian defense, like it says right there. E6 coming in, and of course G3, and there we go. D5
Mm.
attacking the center very very strongly, and he ignores because if he captures, he's gonna lose the center pawn. So he develops the bishop. Remember, guys, whenever you push the pawn up, whenever you push a knight pawn up, the bishop's gonna fianchetto at G2 or G7 or B2 or B7. That makes sense. That's
Right.
just if you don't do that, then you don't know what you're doing, and you just made a terrible bad move. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, this pawn captures, right? And
Mm-hmm.
instead of going after this pawn, which there's no bishop anyway, this guy just simply develops, protecting the pawn,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to castle. He's going to get this open file or semi-open file, and he'll be fine. The
Yeah.
bishop's got really nowhere to go. He can't go here because these pawns are blocking it. He can't go there because of this pawn. The check is really not a good idea because it blocks, and then he's got to trade it off. And obviously here he totally loses. So he just simply moves it
Yep.
one square over. We have castle on both sides. Both sides castle to the same side, right? And then from here, queen to c2, attacking the pawn and aiming at h7 for the checkmate later on in the game.
Right.
A6 is played. He doesn't care about the pawn. And of course, A4 is played. He doesn't care to capture the pawn. And of course, if this guy goes here, he goes there, he goes here, and we get a free rook right there.
You lose a rook.
Right? So
Yep.
A4, very important move here. So that is actually the opening right there. Those first 8 moves is the opening. Then we go to 6 sub variations with 2 start. The next 2 moves are the bishop to D7. This is one variation, and the other variation is the knight to c6. So here I'm gonna go take the route of the knight c6. Actually, let's look at this one first. The bishop here, and that immediately breaks into two different plans. Little a sub variation, and then two variations break out of that one, which is capital A and capital B. But let's just keep the main line. So here, queen takes the pawn, right? Queen takes the pawn. The bishop moves again, aiming on this long diagonal,
Pinning the knight.
pinning
Yeah.
the knight, right? And the bishop develops to g5, getting rid of some stuff, aiming at the queen as well. a5, moving the pawn a second time. So far, black has moved the bishop twice. White has moved the pawn twice. I mean, black has moved the pawn twice, two pieces twice. That is a no-no in any opening, right?
Right.
And of course, this guy develops the knight, right? Uh, Here comes the knight. He doesn't want to bring it to the center to protect the knight. He goes in this position with the idea of attacking that square or coming to this square. Either one of those two, right? Uh, the rook comes to A. It could have been this one, but in this case, they're using this. There comes the knight where he wanted to go. The knight is kind of like an outpost. The rook at F takes the center stage. Rook comes in to c8 on the other side, and now we start trading pieces. Boom. e4, boom, control the center. The knight's protecting, and now we got this,
Right.
or we have this, and b6.
You
take
needed to
the
be able to
pawns.
protect the light square. Yeah.
That makes sense. And at this position, we go to a sub variation, and let's go here. So the push is d5, pawn takes, right? Pawn takes, the bishop retreats to b7. The knight takes its place.
There we go.
The knight
Yeah.
takes its place at d4. An attack on the queen, attacking on this long diagonal. The knight at c blocks
Yep.
and protects and attacks
Lovely.
these squares. This bishop is useless now.
Superfluous knights too.
Bishop takes here, and so we come back with a rook. And it's slightly favorable for white in a complex position, but white has advantage here.
Yeah, they got a pass pawn running, and they just need to get.
It's a weak pawn, but it's a weak pawn. So
It's protected by a rook.
but it's protected,
Yeah.
but still it's not protected by a pawn. Pawn structure wise, black has 2 pawn islands, white has 3 pawn islands, and so but white's pieces are better developed. They're in better squares and should have a very good game. Um, we have, of course, we have a battery going around here. We got a battery going here. The rook can move anywhere here, really. We got the bishop attacking the long diagonal, so we're
Yep, the
okay.
Catalan bishop, the most important
Yeah.
piece, right, to your
Does that make
fight
sense?
next to the queen.
Let's look at another position here. Let's go with when the knight goes to c6 now. All right. So again, the d4 move is done. The knight develops as the number one move against c4 or d4 is the knight to f6. Here comes queen's gambit, right? e6. Oh, we turn it around. So we go into the Catalina. He goes there. This guy goes there. Bishop develops. Pawn takes the pawn. And the knight develops. You don't waste time with the pawn. Bishop to e7. Castle. Castle on both sides. Queen attacking the pawn and attacking down at the weak square h7. A6 is played. A4 is played. And now black move is going to, and the other one, the black move was bishop to d7. In this one, the move is going to be knight to c6. So let's see what happens there. The queen immediately takes the free pawn. The queen wants to exchange now. Interesting.
Mm.
Now, which queen is stronger, the white one or the black one?
Right now,
What do you think? Which one is
well,
stronger?
the white queen is
The
probably
white queen is
stronger, right?
stronger.
Yeah.
So he gets to a good square, and his good square is here because he's protecting, and again, he's aiming in the direction of the king.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, remember, if the queen stays there, there's this move also. The knight can move. The knight can always move here, or because it's protected, and maybe he can do some damage. Or he can capture and creating double pawns, and that kind of
Yep.
deal. So the queen goes down there. The rook goes to d8, aiming at the queen. Right. The knight develops when the queen is out. What do? Attack the queen. It's good to develop and attack. The queen moves to h5 all the way across the board, and the queen moves to c6, aiming at the knight or attacking the knight, and we got the bishop aiming at the knight. So we're looking to win the knight and the pawn here. Does that make sense? There comes the bishop developing, but he's now blocking the rook. And of course, this guy moves here. Oh, look here. Where's he going? He's going for a free pawn, right? The rook moves over to protect. We have e4 coming up. Again, we've got control of the center. The knight goes here, and we go h3, and we have c5. And to c5, let's see, what's the combination here? c5 comes g4. G4 attacking the queen,
Mm.
right? Attacking the queen. Sacrifice, the knight captures, the pawn captures, queen captures, and with unclear position. This
I
says that
don't like this.
it's unclear. I don't like the fact that white opened up. This is why this is variation number 6, but it
Oh
started.
yeah.
It started as on move
I
number. I don't like it either. So
This
this
is
is
a go
why,
for it all
even though the
position.
knight should develop, it takes you in this position. So the
Yeah,
best
and
move was
C5.
the bishop one square. That makes sense. The best move here was this move instead of moving the knight here. Instead of moving this, which is more natural, this is the more natural move to
Yeah.
make. The move is bishop.
But knights are kind of clunky sometimes,
All
right?
right.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So yeah, that's where that guy lies. All right. Let's look at another variation here. All right. Again, still looking at the open, the open lines, right? Here, let me shut this one down. Let me go here so I can clear the board. There we go. All right. So again, this is still open variations, not closed or anything like that. So d4 again. The knight goes to f6. We continue with c4 controlling the center.
Mm-hmm.
G6. Oh, interesting line here. G3. All right. D5 attacking the center. Bishop develops. Pawn takes pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Knight develops. Right. Bishop. Hold on. What happened here? Hold on. I made a boo boo, I guess. No. There's no way.
What happened?
No. It's a misprint. Here it is. Should be bishop to
Oh,
g7. All right. They have it bishop eats, but none. All right. So castle. Queen again goes to c2. The queen always goes to c2. Pawn goes there, and this time he doesn't go. He doesn't push the pawn, but he just captures the pawn with the queen immediately. b5 attacking the queen. The queen simply comes back, and the bishop moves, and then we go into the sublines. So bishop goes here, attacking this, ganging up on that pawn.
yep.
Right.
And triple
The
attacking
the knight
E5,
the
right?
knight goes to the middle and protects.
Always. And
Right,
attacks the bishop here.
and attacks the bishop. The knight develops. Oh, look at this one. The knight develops, and the knight captures the pawn.
I don't like
G
that.
captures. G captures. The knight develops. right?
They're thinking pawn center, huh?
And the rook comes to D, aiming at the queen, right? The knight goes here, attacking the queen. The queen goes to C1, and the queen goes to B8, protecting all of this and opening up this line for later. Pawn to A6. The knight comes back to the middle. The knight goes to E5 with the idea of bringing this pawn in here. The knight takes the knight in the center, and of course, to that is queen takes instead of pawn.
Mm,
Right? Queen takes instead of pawn. Bishop takes bishop. King takes bishop, and it's
okay.
advantage white. Advantage white. Slight advantage white. So
Okay.
yeah. And again, now with the king here, now the rook can go here and move the king, the king back here to F1, and the rook has this open file. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
if the house opens, guys, you want to fix it up or use the opening to bring a rook in onto that opening and take it that way. So,
Right.
yeah. So
And don't put your
cool.
king in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Try not to put your king in the corner. And so, yeah, I think I like the very first variation the best.
Yeah, I
But
like that one
again,
as well. It felt a lot more comfortable than any of the other ones. Yeah.
yeah,
This one's all right though. This one's not too bad. You got
no,
a fork right there, but it's their move, so they probably will move their queen, right? But
yeah,
I mean, still,
either they move the queen here,
yeah,
and then of course then you have this, or
yeah. And you can push
you
the
know,
pawn and then just keep the knight
you
up
can
there,
even
right?
push the pawn to the center here,
That's what I was thinking earlier. Do
and
that. Just get
and
that
now the
center
queen can move
started.
this way.
Mm.
Plus you have this as well to
You know
attack
what I
here.
was also thinking? Like the pawn, that pawn that got taken, the G pawn went to F file. I
Yeah,
feel like you could just use that to, shove in Black's house.
yeah,
It's one square away anyway,
yeah.
so might as well
Well,
just
the
push
other
it.
thing too is if he goes here, you're gonna go here, right? So maybe the other thing to maybe this is the move right here. Now if he goes here, we got this, right? And then we can bring this guy here. Now,
Mm.
let's say this happens. Well, then we have this. No, no, no.
And then you lose a pawn, no,
You lose
yeah?
the pawn. So what else are you gonna do?
Hide. I think you just
Yeah,
lose a pawn there.
you have to go here. No, no. I think you just have to go here because you still lose the pawn anyway, right? And so
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
then you can go here and you're attacking there, and you're protecting there.
Now he'll probably throw houses at you.
Yeah, maybe he'll go here, and
Yeah, there we go.
and you can't go there because
Force
of
a
this.
rook. Yeah, force a rook trade.
Yeah. Oh,
It
maybe
is unclear.
here. There you go. And yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he can play here because if you take, then he's gonna take here. You're gonna take, and he's gonna take.
Not so nice.
And, and he's got advantage.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, this is
Let's work on
why.
that pass pawn.
Yeah, but you're down a piece though.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I have the piece.
that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
it just depends on which way we take it from there. But again, that's a pretty good opening.
Yeah. Thanks for checking it out.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is, right there. So you have a house. You got good pawn structure. You have a house. This pawn is included with that pawn island. You have a nice house. You
We're
got an
feeling
open
good.
file. The rook can come over here, and maybe we can go this way, or maybe this rook goes here, and you can attack this way, or like he did it. This rook goes to F1, and this other one goes to D, and then the rooks will attack right through here. Man, if you can get your rooks early on to open up in the middle, man, that's a strong opening. You're doing well.
G, C, and E. Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, and sometimes here because
I don't know what it is. I like opening myself up to get hurt. It just happens.
Well, it's because you like to play open games versus close positions.
I get yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And in the close position, well, their knights are going to be the strongest pieces in the close position. In open positions, well, your long range pieces tend to be stronger. Because
a lot more tension going on.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah. Makes sense. Well, cool, man. Any last words?
Well wishes to Alan. Good seeing him.
Yeah, Alan.
Hope to see Dave next time.
Yeah. Well, Dave had a tournament last time. That's why he couldn't show, and I bet you he had something going on tonight.
Oh well, good luck to him if he's
So
doing any
see
of
what's
that.
going on with Dave and Jake. I think Jake was going to do something, so that kind of deal. We had a good lesson with Jake today, and so it went really well. He was really focused.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
Shout out
Hope
to
to be
one of my
seeing him
students up
sometime.
in Dallas, Patrick. You did well in the tournament. Thank you for sending me your games. I gave him some feedback, and then
Nice.
I'm going to also send him some notes with those from his games. Because the best way to improve your game is to notate your games, or even if you play online. Like right here, they're notated. If you can copy and paste them, normally, let's see, like for instance here, like say here, if you drop down, oh, where is it? Down here, or if not, you can maybe try to copy it. Just copy it, copy and paste, that kind of deal, and take it to whatever, send it to yourself on Messenger or something, and
Yeah.
you have somebody work, or then you can bring it back. You can import it into import games here, and you can analyze it. And
Yeah.
or have the engine analyze it as well. But yeah, that's you need to go over your games that you've played. That's how you're going to improve every single game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes
You.
a problem is time management. Sometimes it's psychological, and sometimes it's just hey, you got to work on something you missed. And this is why the
Yeah.
puzzles help you a lot, because the puzzles help you see the whole board. It trains you to see the whole board. Remember, when you're playing chess, always consider this square. Always consider these four squares, or this area. You know, however you want to do it. You want to always consider the center. These four squares that are considered the blind spots in the chessboard. So if you look at these 7 areas, you're going to cover the whole board every single time. And especially like when a queen moves here, and you're thinking that the queen's attacking here, but she's really attacking in this direction. Especially these areas, guys. These four squares right here, these are the
The
blind
blind
spots on
spots.
the board.
Yeah.
That's where the mistakes happen a lot of times. You got to know the geography of the board. That's where you're going to step into a mine. You're going to step into a hole that is full of spears or whatever. There's traps there, or you just don't see attacks coming in because there's blind spots. And so uh,
Yeah.
you
You're
got to
right.
watch out for that. You got to watch out. This is where most mistakes happen, a lot of times, in these four squares. These four squares.
Because
But
technically, that position is attacking 3 points, right? It's
yeah,
across and diagonal and
yeah,
down, right? So
yeah.
it's attacking. Yeah. So yeah,
So
you're
yeah,
attacking the
definitely.
B pawn. You're attacking the E pawn. You're attacking right across all the way, right? Yeah. Center of the board. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very universal, multi-dimensional. That position there.
yeah. And so this is the four corners. You want to look at the four corners. You want to take a look at the blind spots, and you want to look at the center. However you want to think about it, you might want to take a diagonal here. You want to say, okay, I want to take care of this triangle. I want to take care of that triangle. I want to consider everything within this triangle. However, whatever makes you look at the four corners, I don't care. I don't care. As long as you're looking at the four corners, then you're going to see it, and of course the blind spots,
Yeah.
and you got it. You're not going to miss simple moves here. You know, and that's what happens, guys. And remember, when you're attacking the king, always consider number one, the squares around the king, and look for checkmate every time it's your turn. Look for
That's a
check
good. That's a good
every time
strategy.
it's your turn. That makes sense. All right, Alan. Alan. Andrew, any last words?
Oh no, you're good. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Oh man, no, thank
As
you.
always.
Cool deal. So, guys, again, this is the test show. We are, I guess we're on our way, right? We're on our way. We're going
Weeklies.
The
Saturday at
Wiggies
6.
coming in every Saturday at 6 o'clock. And Andrew is looking at what's Andrew looking at? Guys, if you want to play chess, hey, go to chess.com or leadchess.org and play some chess. So, guys, again, we'll see you. Remember, do some puzzles. Puzzles increase your chess strength. And who's playing tonight? You watching the football game? You got Buffalo Bills. You got who else is playing? The other Cowboys are not playing tonight. Who else is playing?
49ers are about to destroy the Cowboys. Thank you very much. And have a good night.
Oh, those are funny words right there. Well, let's see.
We
who
don't
wins.
pass. We don't pass.
We don't pass.
Have
You
fun
just
pass rushing when nobody passes on our team.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you just run the ball. Just roll over.
80 rushing attempts. 80. We're going for 80.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a good game. So guys,
we'll
good
talk
luck.
about it.
Get some popcorn, get some hot dogs, get some pizza. Whatever you're having out there, and enjoy. Have some fun, guys, and definitely play some chess. We will see you. Have a good one. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.